At the end of the day, foo is gender neutral, so
Is it
everyone's a foo to me.
Foo X?
Foo, just foo. There's no foo. There's no fa. You know what I'm saying? Or fua. It's just foo.
Foo. All
Everyone's a
right.
foo. Gender neutral. Gender non-conforming.
Wake up in the morning and find something to watch. Wandering my plants and checking on my crimes. Not enough love, not enough love in the world. Not enough love, not enough love in the world. The Greenhouse with Goodness and Vic.
Yo, 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 yo,
It's the
yo.
greenhouse.
Greenhouse.
It's the greenhouse.
Yo, I just said I heard that in like Cypress Hill, like insane in the membrane, like it's the greenhouse, like in that
Yeah.
voice.
It's like my Beastie Boys. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yo, I love that. I love that because it could be punk and hip hop at the same time.
Yep. It is very punk and hip hop. That's rock and roll, buddy.
Let's rock and roll, bro. What up, y'all? Episode 9, The Greenhouse. Here, my name is Vic. This is the goodness gracious.
Yo, that's my name. Don't wear it out. Just kidding.
Yo, thank y'all for tuning on in. Thank y'all for sticking with us 9 damn episodes in. Really appreciate y'all.
We're already in 9?
Already at 9. Isn't that
Damn.
wild?
Yeah, man.
Beautiful.
Season 2 has been wild. A lot of great performances, man.
Man, and like heavy representation across so many different styles. You know what I'm saying?
We're about to see like 2 dope performances, 2 totally different performances.
Yep.
Two different beautiful people, but totally different. One, no dramatics. The other one, complete dramatics.
Yo, spoken word and rap. I mean, both of these things so intertwined, but also so different at the same time, right?
You're gonna see 2 different spectrums of rap.
Yep, exactly. It's amazing. Yo, coming on up, we got Super B doing his performance, his spoken word performance, technically untitled, but we're just gonna call it Dad for now.
Non-dad. It's
Non-dad. You'll hear more about that in a few. We're gonna be talking with him, and then we got OG Rome talking about Know About That. His performance, he came on through, really special performance because it's not just him rapping. There's actually another element to it, which we're not gonna ruin the surprise. You gotta watch it to see. But be sure to stay on tune. We got interviews, performances coming up with them, and then later on, we're gonna be talking about something we all know and love very dearly. We're gonna be talking about Mexican food.
Oof.
You heard it here. Arroz, frijoles, enchiladas, quesadillas, all of it. The whole thing, the whole 9 yards. And we're going to be talking about some of like the most asked questions. You know what I mean? Like this is a great way for, let's say, if you're like me, you're dating someone who's a güeritex, whatever you want to call it.
Güerita X.
Güeritex. And they don't really know much about the culture. They're learning. You know what I'm saying? They're learning, right? This is going to be a good crash course. Show them this video. I'm telling you. Show it to them.
Wow.
Wow.
No, but you got me. You blew my mind with Güerita X. Like,
Güeritex, güeritex.
Güerita X. Do you just have to do the feminine or?
That's what I'm saying. Güerita, güeritex. There's just X. Güeritex.
Güeritex. She makes the shirt. I don't know.
It's like
we'll go over their head.
Pendeja, pendejex.
All right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, dude, we're just gonna have to change. Everything's gonna be X, huh?
I think it's kind of cool. It feels very like X-Men, Like,
I think it's cool.
I don't know. I don't really mind it. It doesn't really bother me.
It doesn't bother me either. I mean, people want to call you. You want me to call you whatever you want me to call you. I'll call you whatever you want me to call you. But I don't care. But it's just don't be mad about it if I don't use it. Right. You know?
I think there's a learning curve.
Yeah.
I
don't think I'm dumb because I use it because I still use Latina or anything like that.
No. I think that it's a learning curve, but I do think that showing effort is important
Of
because that's
course.
someone identity. That's how someone, someone that's a part of what's really important to someone. And like, who am I to say what's not or not important to someone? You know what I'm saying?
Fair.
So that don't really bother me. At the end of the day, foo is gender neutral. So
Is it?
everyone's a foo to me.
Foo X.
Foo, just foo. There's no foo. There's no fa. You know what I'm saying? Or fua. It's just foo.
Foo.
Everyone's a foo. Gender neutral. Gender non-conforming.
What about like or what about like girls that like slap their hands like this and go foo? I don't know.
What? I was waiting to see where you were gonna go with that.
Foo, like a fool. That's a girl you want to take home to mom.
Yo, the type
She's gonna
of people,
say foo X.
the type of people you want to take home to Ama, they love chilaquiles. Just mandated, right?
Or she's gonna
Identifies
cook. She's
identifies
gonna make the
as,
chilaquiles.
identifies as chifladex, right?
I don't know what we're talking about anymore.
Yo, stay on tune, y'all. this is we're gonna be way more of this at the end of the segment. But until then, y'all stay on. Well, until then, Jesus Christ. Stay on tune, y'all. We got more interviews and performances coming on up.
Yo, these performances are hot, man. Stay tuned. Hey, yo, don't forget to subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe, do the damn thing. Yo. What up, y'all? Welcome to the greenhouse. My name is Vic. Here with my man Goodness, and here with someone real special. We're here with Super B. How you doing, man?
Chilling. How you guys doing?
Good. What does the B stand for?
My name is Brian. So that's
Super
like,
B.
everybody calls me B. That's how the Super B came about, man. So
Nice.
That's tight.
yeah.
I know you got your Clark Kent right now, though.
right.
Hiding in plain sight.
Right.
Man, first and foremost, thank you so much, bro, again, for coming through, for blessing us. Because, I mean, both Goodness and I watched the performance, and we're just like jaw dropped to the floor, man. I mean,
appreciate that.
I came up in doing a lot of the spoken word slam worlds. I was at like Cup C when I was in college and doing stuff like that. So it's a special place in my heart, for stuff like that. But for folks who don't know who you are, haven't heard of you before, give us a lowdown. Who's Super B? What are you all about? What do you got going?
Yeah, man, I'm a writer, spoken word artist, singer, songwriter, but I think spoken word kind of, like the same thing, man. Grew up in the slam world. I did the whole National Poetry Slam thing, the touring thing, the Cup C coaching, all that. So I got a chance to like see the world. God blessed me with the opportunity to meet some really cool people and some dope mentors, and land in your guys' site and page, and just be able to share art and space with people. And now I'm advocate, teacher. I'm coaching kids and adults, and just trying to spread the art, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
The name of the piece is Dad, right?
So the thing is, I don't name any of my pieces, so that's what it. If you look, there's other. Yeah, it just. So that's the easiest way to explain it. Yeah.
But I just did, throw a segue in there. I know, kind of like stay on topic, and getting to know more about you. Are you a dad?
I'm not. So that's like to like a future kid, kind of tapped into something.
So I mean, I get it. Okay, all right.
He's got some advice. This guy's a dad and another girl on the way to be.
Yeah, I'm a dad, and I got a girl coming.
Oh wow! Congratulations.
Yeah. No, thank you so much, man. It's definitely a blessing. But yeah, man, it really hit home with me because obviously I have a son.
Yeah.
And you're talking about all the you're talking about like a curious son would be, and how and how I'm curious. I kind of related a lot to that piece. But I was like, yo, this guy must be a dad because. But the fact that you put yourself in someone else's shoes shows that you have some crazy writing ability. You know what I mean?
Oh, thanks.
Hey, it was amazing, man. I mean, just listening and getting a feel for like, man, what would I do? And that's the hope is like, what would I do in being asked these tough questions and trying to both not lie or not kind of beat around the bush, but also be like, I'm gonna withhold some details. You know what I'm saying?
No,
But
that's perfect, bro. You guys grasping it, man. I appreciate that. Feels good. To hear.
man, for sure. And it's all you, bro. It's all you and your writing and the way that you delivered it. How would you say, you grew? What's one big thing you definitely learned or grew as a writer? Even if you're kind of giving someone a piece of advice from like the first slam piece or spoken word piece you wrote to like the most recent one.
Man, an advice like for like a new writer, especially someone getting in a slam, I would say like find honesty faster than like style, because I think there's something that happens when you like a new artist, you're trying to admire all these new whatever your art is, dance, rap, spoken word. You kind of like find someone you like and then you like imitate them right away, and then you kind of forget about your story, your honesty. And like my boy says, the truth just sounds different, bro. There's nothing that even if it's something that I haven't experienced being a dad, I was writing from a truthful place, things that I would actually say, things I would, and there's like some funny stuff in there. Obviously,
Yeah.
I haven't experienced it. I'm making a lot of this up, but there is a truth about what I was saying, and I think that came through or comes through when I hear it too. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, no, I was like when I was like younger before I had kids, I was like, man, I'm gonna fucking my kids fuck around, I'm gonna slap them, you know what I mean? I'm gonna show them who's boss. And dude, I don't think I've ever hit my son once, bro, like ever. And then again, my parents used to be like, yeah, watch, wait till you have kids, watch. And I'm like, yeah, man, I would see like little kids acting up. I'd be like, dude, if that was my kid, I'd fucking smack the shit.
Oh my God.
I mean,
yeah, we all said that shit.
But then when I had a kid, I was like, dude, I wouldn't even. I like, it's a whole different vibe. I'm wondering if that beautiful piece, once you have a kid or something, you're gonna be like, fuck you.
And who knows, bro? I mean, only God knows, bro. Only time. So we'll see.
You know what I mean? I'm
Yo,
just kidding.
where are you based out of?
Oh, I live in Pomona right now.
Oh shit, P-Town represent.
Yeah, heavy P-Town representation this season, man. I love it.
Yeah,
Hey, did you grow up in California?
Yep.
Oh yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. Like we deal with a lot of people, like everybody that's on these podcast world or like even makes it in LA. Like they're not even from LA, man. Like tell me about growing up as a poet, in LA. You know what I mean?
Oh man. So what's cool is I got a chance early on to work with some people that came from like New York, like some of the deaf poetry guys. Like Shion and Poetry started a venue on Melrose and Fairfax called the Poetry Lounge. Yeah. So that was like the first.
What was it called?
Like the Poetry Lounge, the DA.
Fairfax and Melrose. Yeah, at that
school,
right? It was
at Fairfax High.
I used to go there. I used to throw out flyers back in the day, like in early 2000s and shit.
Bro, it was tight, right? It was like intimate. It was
They got so many heavy hitters coming there too. You got like Rudy Francisco.
Yeah,
Teresa Sagatonu, like
it was a beautiful stage, like, and it was sick. I remember
all that. It was beautiful, man. And it was just being in that environment early and seeing what good looked like early before, because I think a lot of people get into these like local spots and they might be, I don't know, that's wrong to say, but like you might see bad before you see good, Right. But like, and I don't know, but I got a chance to see what good looked like really early before.
You were in the heart.
Writing. Yeah, I just kind of got a chance to be amongst greatness, and a lot of them gave me a lot of good advice. I got a lot of coaching from Shion, and then we started a slam team. And I moved to the IE, and we started a slam team and venue out here. So the art was spreading, and Pomona actually raised me, man. There's another venue out here called Mike and Dim Lights. Best Kept is the Best Kept. Gave me my first paid gig. He brought me to my first university, handed me my first check. He put me on. So
you're familiar to, well, that was my sister's restaurant right there.
Which one?
The Taconazo.
Oh, Taconazo right there? Yeah, definitely, bro.
That was my sister's restaurant, and I used to do third place there on Fridays. You used to do Thursdays. I used to do Fridays.
Oh, dope. That's dope.
Yeah, so the Mike and Dim Nights was what was it, like Wednesdays or Tuesdays?
And when it was Thursdays.
Thursdays, right?
Yeah.
With the Jeremy Soul, right? Jeremy Soul was in that shit too.
Jeremy Soul? JB was a DJ. Mike and Dim Lights. He might have been there earlier than me, dude, because there was a whole new set of people before me.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. To see all that stuff right there, man. I mean, I grew up, in Pomona too. Like,
Oh,
well, I
dope.
mean, around that same time, was it like in the late '90s or early 2000s?
I was around 2008 to 2013
Oh yeah,
was like
that
my
was
prime.
yeah, it was like the third wave.
You just aged yourself, fool.
Hey, bro, I wear it well, bro.
You do, bro.
You do.
I'm not even gonna ask, bro.
Yeah, I wear it well, bro. I wear it well. Hey, but
do.
I lived a great life. You know what I mean? I lived a great life.
You acting like you're on your last stand, bro. You're not old. Damn.
Hey, bro. Well, how I
Like,
grew up,
hey,
man.
I wear it well, and I lived a good life. I'm cool. I'm good.
I lived a good life, bro. I vaccinated for all of you guys. We came up with a new thing, jocksinated.
Jocksinated?
Yeah.
What is that?
Say more.
With the power of Jah, I've been vaccinated.
Okay. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
God bless, bro.
God bless.
Well, man, I mean, it's always exciting to see someone who can really come in, command the stage, command the audience, get your attention, just with the power of words. You know what I'm saying? And like that's always something that spoke, fuck, no pun intended, spoke so heavily to me for spoken word. It was like, with so little doing so much. You know what I mean? That's what
and Super B bodied that shit. He bodied that. Yep. Like, cause he was just like the way he delivered that. I mean, you guys are gonna see this right now. I don't want to kill it too much, but your delivery was like, I felt like, you know what I mean? Like, watching it. I mean, I see, 30 performances every season, or if not more, you know. And I'm like, and I'm always like, intrigued, and I'm like, oh, what is he saying? I'm trying to figure out where you're coming from and everything, and I couldn't keep my eyes off your performance. Sometimes I like watch a performance, I'm like, wouldn't get me intrigued, but the fact that you weren't yelling, you weren't like, you didn't have like a crazy ass like dialect or some shit, or like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Where you're like, and or like, you know what I mean? Some crazy shit, but you know what I mean? You were just talking to me and I heard every word, it was awesome.
I was listening, fool.
I was listening, bro. It was dope. Dope, man. Mad props. I mean, you're
I appreciate that, bro. Thanks, man.
That was awesome. Word up, my shit. That shit was so powerful. It fucking
You're crazy, dude.
Yo. You're gonna see this shit right now, guys. Yeah. I mean, right after this little interview right here, I just want you guys to know where this guy, where can people find you? Where can they get your information? That way they can get some of this fire.
And what's coming up? What can people look forward to?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram. Is probably the easiest way. Brian with an I, Brian Brian Superb Oliva is my last name. So Brian Superb Oliva is the handle, and you could go to superbpoetry.com. Also, I have like a little landing page. So, what's coming up? I got just I started a shared workspace. I'm trying to like gather creatives. So we like leased a space in Upland out here in the IE. So we're trying to find other creatives to fill it with. We got some people working out of there now, but just really looking to collab. So if anybody's watching this and is interested in writing, or if they got an idea and they're looking to grow, sometimes it turns into unhealthy stuff because it's just them downpouring their idea. But if like legit collabs, like where you're like, oh, I could use a creative community, like hit me up. I think those are the people we're looking for, man.
Were you based at a night, just Pomona right there, or is that where you?
Yeah, I live in like literally down the street from Mike and Dim Lights where used to be. So my wife actually works at the school where Dim Lights used to be, the SAY. So she works at the Arts Charter, and I live walking distance from there. So we live in the community. We live in the arts community.
Dope. Oh, so you're down the street.
Well, y'all heard it here. Be sure to check them out on all these socials. Be sure to stay on tune. We got up next with Untitled, aka Dad. Be sure to check out more and stay on
Dad. You should call it non-dad.
Non-dad.
Yo, thank you again, man. We appreciate you, and keep us posted on what you got going on. Let us know how we can support. We appreciate you coming on through and really showing us love on that stage.
Yeah, we're gonna bring you down here again, man, just to come hang out when we have the rap party and shit.
Yeah, stay word, bro. So I'll be there.
Awesome,
bring the family, man.
You too, bro. Anytime you're in Pomona, hit me, bro. I got some whiskey on deck and some. We'll go get some tacos.
There you go.
Yeah, there it is. You're speaking my language.
All right, y'all. Stay on tune for this performance. We'll catch you soon. Arras.
So I feel like I'd be that dad with all the answers, but I believe there are some questions every parent dreads eventually being asked by their children. For example, if my kid ever asked me where babies came from, I'd look him in the eye and I'd say, shit, man, You don't know? But eventually I have to gather myself and say, well, son, babies, like anything else, they come from an idea. And he'd ask me if it was a good or a bad idea, and I'd say the best. And I let him know he was born from fireworks and God made him after he saw the first rocket launching. And he'd say, Dad, what does sex feel like? And I'd say, yo, what the hell you been watching? But again, I have to gather myself and say, well, son, sex feels like riding your bike, except to the moon while listening to your favorite everything. But I tell him, make sure you find the right bike and make sure you're ready to pedal to the moon because it's not a close trip. You might start off too fast, get tired, and end up with someone or some place that doesn't care about you or your personal space like Arizona, yo. And from what I heard, girls don't like fast or Arizona, so take your time, move at God's speed. He's gonna say, so what does God look like? And I say, God looks like you, just less beautiful and carries less questions in his backpack. He's gonna say, so is God a boy or a girl? And I'd say, yeah. And he asked me a lot of dad whys. I'll say, keep asking. Dad, how do I stop from getting old? I'll say, keep laughing. Dad, are we there yet? And I'll say, son, are your feet still touching the floor? If the answer is yes, then no, we are not. We're nowhere there when flying becomes easier than falling, but I love you. And he's gonna say, so what does love look like? And I say, it looks like you, just less fancy. And he's gonna say, you just got done telling me I look like God. And I'll say, exactly. And all this God talk, he'd probably ask me something crazy like who does God pray to? And I'll tell him, well, God prays to bombs and to bullets, begging them to reconsider their destiny, asking them to use their shell to build a rocket ship or a satellite dish. Tell him that crashing into stars feels a lot better than breaking into flesh. And he's gonna say, how should I pray then? And I'll say, pray like you have a loaded AK to your temple held by a hungry kid with metal fingers, hands up, knees to floor. The universal sign is surrender, give everything, take nothing. And after all that, I hope he looks me in the eye and says, okay, Dad. Because it's gonna be hard to answer questions when my throat's taking elevators to the basement of my soul and my emotions are sitting on paper landmines. I wanna be the one to answer his questions when he has them. I never want to think his dad isn't Superman, but even Superman had a hard time answering questions that reminded him he was only half human, and I'm just curious. But how does a curious kid like me raise a curious kid when he himself is still curious? But leave it up to a poet. Leave it up to a poet to create something that leaves a dad with all the answers speechless.
Yo, yo, yo.
Hey.
We back. Yo, here with goodness. My name is Vic. Yo, we here with our man OG Rome. Hey, how you doing, man?
What's cracking, man? I'm just hanging out right here in the studio, man. Thanks a lot for having me, man.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much for coming through, bro. It was an amazing performance for sure.
Yeah, man. I've never seen something like that before. I mean, I've seen something like that before, but I mean, it was awesome to see it like a performance like that at Shot of the Dark. Actually, I mean, that shit was amazing.
Yeah, man.
I can't wait to see it, man. But for the most part, I knew I was invited for myself, but I have a big team and I always try to reward somebody around me. And the homie Pop Lock and Creeper, he comes out in a lot of videos for a lot of legends. So I wanted to spice it up and do something different since I didn't have a guitar. I didn't have all that.
Yeah.
So I put on a Pop Locker right behind me, make it different.
Yo,
Fresh.
it definitely stood out. That was tight because like goodness said, man, we see, a bunch of different performers playing a lot of different instruments or, wearing different get-ups, whatever it is. We have yet to see someone pop locking in the back while someone else is rapping. So for those of y'all who are watching, that's going to come on soon. Check special there. Yeah.
You better watch this right here.
Yo, so tell us more about you. Tell us more about OG Rome. Give people who may not know you kind of a lowdown on what you're all about.
Yo, I go by OG Rome, aka Mr. Everywhere. I rep Road Dogs Entertainment. As you can tell, you know what I'm saying? This is my studio right here. I got my own camp, and I've been doing this since 2005. What inspired me was I always liked music and hip hop like everybody, but I lived in the streets. I used to sell dope and everything, and my brother got shot in the head. Mm-hmm. When he got shot in the head, he was one of multiple family members that got killed. So I'm like, you know what? I got to take this a little bit serious. So I used to freestyle on the block and just sell and just hang out with the homies like everybody else. Just I didn't think I was going to become a rapper. And then when my brother got shot, I'm like, you know what? Let me take this shit serious. So I didn't even know how to write 16 bars. So I went to the studio, recorded. It still happened to be, it was 14 bars. And I needed to go back and finish the song. And when I did, that team told me, hey, man, we got a show next month. And I'm like, you want to go? I'm like, bam. And from there on, it was nothing but heavy hitter shows. My first show was with Mac 10, then Nipsey Hussle. And I didn't even know how to write. I just knew that I was I always want to be an entertainer. You know, I've never been shy. If you tell me to do something, I'll go ahead and show off like a motherfucker. So that's really what sparked it up as far as me wanting to do music, you know, just having a bad background and wanting to leave that circumstance because music, you know, kept me in the studio and not the streets.
Yeah, man. That's amazing.
No, man. So what part of LA you from?
The city of Inglewood, you know, born and raised everywhere though. Whatchamacallit. I was born in Inglewood, went into foster homes at 8 years old when my dad got shot in the head. So then I spent all them years just trying to find myself. I played sports, played high school and college football, but still I was 1 foot in, 1 foot out, doing good and doing bad, you know. I was trying to become somebody, but just didn't know exactly which way to go about it, you know?
Yeah.
Wow, man. That's crazy.
But, you know, music is a good way to express yourself. So I found music to be my outlet, to be able to write my stories and what I've been through and my family deaths. Yeah. And the more you get into it, you realize that you're in too deep and you just got to dedicate. You have to pick and choose. It's going to be the street or this. You feel me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's sometimes as simple as that, you know, like either go this way or you go that way. You know? It's
right.
Simple as that sometimes, you know what I mean? But tell us about this performance, because I mean, I know that you share some of that stuff in the performance. Let us know, let the people know what they're gonna expect, you know.
Well, shout out to the homie Pete Funk. He hooked me up with one of your boys on your spot and set up the interview. And I have never in the history have ever been told on the spot to do something like this. I'm like, oh, this is fucking dope. So I'm down with this. And I'm like, I have so much music. I can't even remember 5 from the top of my head. I have to you have to hear the song. And when you hear it, my brain, it all comes together. Yeah. So to myself, I'm like, you know what? I feel like it reminds me when I did that show, One Hit Wonder. I did a little TV show where I had to rehearse. So it brought me back to rehearsing. So I rehearsed for like 2 hours on the drive over there. And I'm like, if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. You know what I'm saying? But I'm that type of person that I don't rehearse a day before. Even when I do acting, when I get my script, I rehearse 1 hour, 2 hours before. So it's all fresh to me, you know? And I was able to knock it out. And when it comes to that performance, it's from a song called Know That and Know About That. And it's it really speaks about my brother getting shot in the head, my sister being locked up, and then my mom and dad selling drugs and just living in those type of circumstances. Yeah. My mom stabbing my grandpa in the heart. Like the lyrics in the song speaks it all. You feel me? Yeah. I had the tragedy of seeing my brother in the hospital bed with his fucking head blown off and having to be the one that chooses for the family to keep him on the ventilator thingy or not, you know? So going through all them circumstances is really what makes me who I am. And that performance right there speaks it all, man. If you guys listen to the lyrics, if you guys go watch the music video, it's just who I am, you know?
I mean, that shit is art in motion, bro. Sorry.
Sure. I mean, first
literally,
like you taking all of the tribulation you've been through and like using it for something like a positive outlet. Like, kudos to you, bro. Like, shout out to you, because that's huge and that's super important. You know what I'm saying? And like, the goal is to show more people that they can do that. You know
exactly.
I mean? That they can take so many different hard circumstances and situations and you know, whatever it may be, and like turn it into something a little bit better, or turn it into something that's a way to express yourself and let that out. So for sure, shout out to you on that, man. I mean, listening to Know About That and like seeing your performance like really puts light to, you know, ways that you can kind of overcome or work through overcoming your circumstances. Like that shit is a part of you. It's a part of who you are, but it doesn't solely define you. Right.
Exactly, man. I just learned how to take my negative and turn it into a positive, man. Yeah. And I know a lot of people that go through a lot of circumstances, they put themselves down. But you know what? Ask around. There's somebody that has it worse than you. You feel me? So you can't sit there and pout about it. Just utilize it to your advantage. Because when you lost it all and you're at 0 and you've been to -0, negative 10,
that ain't shit.
Ain't nothing, because it's nothing but going up now. And even if you're up here like me, now I own my house, I have my car, I have everything paid for. I made my own lane. I don't rely on fucking celebrities. Like these motherfuckers don't even got their shit together.
Right.
So if I was to fall and lose everything, I don't give a damn. I've been there. I lived in my car. You feel me?
Mm.
And it's all just about just doing what you want to do in life. You feel me?
Powerful.
I love that, man. That's awesome, bro.
That's powerful. I love that, man. I love that. So tell us more, man. Tell us where people can find you. Tell us what you got coming down the pipeline. Like, let them know. Let people know where they can, connect with you.
Check it out, man. I got this single called Dead Bed, and I'm on the third song, featured artist on that one with a famous guy named G Nako over in Tanzania. It's on top 5 television over there. It's on the radio in about 90% of all the stations over there. Mega hits 96.3 in Central America. So everybody go check out that song called Dead Bed. I got a movie called Mother's Love coming out hopefully this year or next year. I have a series of albums. One was Strictly Business, Unfinished Business, Business As Usual, and then the new album I'm dropping is called Mind Your Business. You feel me? So everything is just about business, Yeah. So I'm dropping that album right now. I just recorded a song. I'm always recording, always doing stuff. I got videos out that I just dropped, and I got a podcast every Wednesday interviewing celebrities right here at my house called Road Dogs TV. Tune in. Anybody wants to get interviewed, want to cross promote, come and holler at your boy. And you can find me anywhere online at OG Rome 310. You could go roaddogs.com. You could just, I'm one of the persons that it ain't gonna be hard to find. You know what I'm saying? How they say Google motherfucker. Well, there it is. Google me, LinkedIn, everything. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
OG Rome.
OG Rome. Yo, for everyone watching, stay on tune for this performance. It's powerful. It's impactful. Yo, you ain't gonna want to miss it. And for everyone, connect with OG Rome. Stay on tune, man. Thank you so much, bro. Appreciate it.
And thank you for being you, man, and rocking with us, man. Because you know what I mean? We're so blessed that we got to know you and got to see the different side of you and really know who you are now. And man, support this dude, man.
That part right there, man.
Anything this dude does, you better buy too. Because this guy's gonna be
man. And if you don't know, now you know. Ain't no business like Road Dog Business.
Go support that, yo, for sure.
Hell yeah, man.
Respect.
Hey, thank you so much, bro, for taking the time. We appreciate you, man.
You say, pimp.
Respect.
Have a good one.
You know what it is your boy OG Rome, Mr. Everywhere, repping Road Dogs Entertainment. Check it out. Talk about guns, talk about drugs, tell me what you know about that. Daddy so crack, mama so crack, tell me what you know about that. Sister locked up, brother shot up, tell me what you know about that. Tell me what you know about that. Said, tell me what you know about that. Growing up poor, I ain't never had much. Inglewood City, my city jacked up. Telling the haters to better back up. Counting my money stack up. Hoping and wishing and getting fat. Bucks stuck in my ways. Yeah, you call it a problem, I call it bad luck. You ain't never hang with thugs. You ain't never slang no drugs. You ain't never bust a Glock. You ain't never ran from cops. I'm talking about hearing news that your little brother got shot. I'm talking about little sister every single time getting locked. Daddy so crack just to pay the bills. See, all my family stay trill, stay locked and loaded, we kill. See, I'll tell you about them days. Let me tell you about them days. Growing up to Eazy-E, Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre, banging Master P and Outkast. Tell me what you know about that. Early 90s, we can go back. Even my mama used to sell crack, hanging out deep and drinking cognac, smoking my weed, my lungs would go flat, banging these streets and that's a known fact. Busting my heat like rat-a-tat-tat. Let's go. Talk about guns, talk about drugs, tell me what you know about that. Daddy so crack, mama so crack, tell me what you know about that. Sister locked up, brother shot up, tell me what you know about that. Tell me what you know about that. Said, tell me what you know about that. Daddy got shot, took one to the dome. My mother couldn't hang on, I ended up in foster homes. That's when me and my brother got separated. So damn young, feeling isolated. Shot in the head, laying in the bed, hoping he ain't dead while the doctors operated. Put in work, earning stripes. You ain't really bought that life. You ain't never seen your mother stab your grandpa with a kitchen knife. Boy, I'm telling you the facts. I wouldn't take nothing back. I come from the hood, Inglewood made a man out of me. What you know about that?
What doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. I work too hard to ever go under. Only Mexican that's putting out numbers. I drop hits to banging out summer. My road dogs will keep it 100. Started from the bottom, now I got them where I want them. Anybody want a problem, you really don't want it. That want us in chains. My life was insane. That fucked me fucked up in my brain. Immune to the pain from root to the grain. I'm playing my course like I'm Blaine. Mr. Everywhere, all across the map. Spit my life out on these tracks. Tell me what you know about that. Talk about guns, talk about drugs. Tell me what you know about that. Daddy so crack, mama so crack. Tell me what you know about that. Sister locked up, brother shot up. Tell me what you know about that. Tell me what you know about that. Said, tell me what you know about that. Road dogs.
Yeah.
And we back, and we back, and we
Pomona.
back. Yo, hella P-Town representation. I love that, man. Honestly, the IE hasn't gotten enough shine, I think.
Oh no, man. I mean, back in the day, 909, like people would say, "Oh, 909" and shit like that. But I think now people respect it, right? I mean, Pomona's still considered LA County, though.
No, is it? Is
Yes,
Pomona
sir.
LA County?
Yes, sir. It's like the last little city before.
I'm gonna
the
need
end.
someone to G-word the Carfax.
That's a 100% paisa fact. And the only reason I know is because
It is. It's a city in Los Angeles County. It's located in Pomona Valley between the Inland Empire and San Gabriel Valley.
it's
apparently-
the border. It's the border, bro. That's the border.
Dang, border.
That's like so like check it out. Everybody from the west side or like even from like Melrose or LA or downtown, it got too expensive, right?
right.
So they went to like they were like, yo, where can I go where I still feel like art and I could do art and I don't have to like spend all my
Money
dad-
on rent and everything.
all
Yeah.
my dad's inheritance, you know what I mean? And they would go to Pomona, dude, or like you know what I mean?
There's a lot of OGs who like born and raised in Pomona who live there though. Let's give that credit. There's a lot of natives. There's a lot of Pomona natives who are still, you know.
Well, I mean, I'm just talking about that little arts colony. Like everybody that
Mhm.
usually that I met through there, they're usually from somewhere else.
They're usually from somewhere else. Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of somewhere else, we're going to be talking about some special food. We're going to be talking about Mexican food. And you know your boys out here, Torta Madness 2021, know our Mexican food, know our food, know our Mexican food specifically.
You know, I'll let you guys know something. You know, I know how to eat.
If there's anything I know how to do, I know
to
how to eat.
I know how
for
to
sure.
eat.
100%, 100%. And
Like,
you know,
I'll take you to places that will impress you.
exactly. And that's the key, right? It's like, let's really make it special.
Mhm.
Let's really make it unique and different.
Right.
But like at the end of the day, you're gonna love it. You're gonna
But you
love
know,
whatever.
but you know what's more special than any fancy restaurant or like a good home cooked Mexican meal,
Mm,
like done right. You know, by your abuelita.
yep.
You know what your is if it's from menudo, pozole. What's your go-to Mexican dish?
Yo, chilaquiles, hands down, bro. I know I even mentioned it earlier in the show. I love chilaquiles. There's
What's your
something
favorite?
so special about that. Hell
The
yeah.
frijolitos and the queso fresco.
The whole thing, your little arroz, your frijoles, and just like the perfect crispiness and like cheese and like red, all of it, just amazing. I love
Crispy
it.
or soggy?
Honestly, I like a little bit of a mix. Personally, I like it where there's a couple of crispy bites, but like because it's so cheesy and saucy that it's also a little bit soggy. Personally,
So you like it in the middle?
I like it in the middle. That's what they said, honestly. That's what the pendejo said.
The middle X. What?
So, and you know, I was thinking about this earlier. I was like, yo, low key, a lot of Mexican food is literally just a repurpose of other types of food. For example, what is in chilaquiles? Tortilla,
Mhm.
right? You're either, your pato sauce, whatever, green sauce, red sauce, depending on what you're doing, cheese, right? Beans and rice, right? More or less.
Mhm.
The
Well, an
basic
egg on top,
egg on top, whatever you want to get a little fancy, meat, whatever. What's in enchiladas? Tortilla,
Yeah.
cheese, pato reno green sauce, right? Rice and beans. They're like literally just repurposed versions. It's like the same ingredients, but such different experiences. You know what I mean?
Right?
Like I feel like when I'm eating enchiladas, I'm eating like a canoe that's sunk in salsa. You know what I'm saying?
Are you seeing a pattern here? Is that what you're trying to say?
I will, but then there's so many different things, you know, like pozole. I mean, pozole, menudo, like soups, caldo, like so many different types of flavors and stuff. Someone the other day was like, man, yo, Mexican food, why is it so spicy? And I'm like, my boy, let me tell you why it's so spicy. Think about the climate of Mexico.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Think about the area of what grows. I mean, what you can make a lot of, right?
Paisa
Facts, right? It's gotta be the fact that there's so many plentiful places for you to grow a lot of this stuff, especially the chile. Especially the chile. You know what I'm saying?
I think you're onto something. You definitely the peppers kind of another paisa fact. It releases some type of endorphins in your body.
Yo,
that help you with like, you know, getting sick and all kinds of different things.
low key, think about this.
Yeah.
This is big brain shit right here. You ready for this? Big brain
Right.
shit. Have you ever been sad eating a hot ass chili?
No.
Think about it. No.
Well, definitely. Well, food definitely releases endorphins in your brain,
For
like
sure.
drugs.
But also when your mouth is on fire.
But yeah, but like wasabi and another thing, they call it umami or whatever, where you're like you get like the sensory overload or something like that with food.
Yep.
Like, so I mean, I think that has a lot to do with it. I mean, it comes from I think it has a lot to do with like maybe Asian influences or something like that, or Indian influences.
There was a lot of Japanese areas in Mexico. Hashtag
I don't know, because if you ever eat Thai food, like it's just fucking spicy as fuck too. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. But it's like the chile gives you a whole nother experience, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Like it wouldn't be Mexican food if it's not spicy. You know what I'm saying? Like it would really just be repurposed American food, which has like
Right.
no spice. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, I mean, no salt, no spice, like you like what my favorite shit, like dude,
shitting on white people food.
yeah, exactly, like like yo, you ever been like you ever saw? I always trip out like when I watched this movie. I'm gonna go on a tangent real quick. I watched the movie. What's that? Growing up in the '90s, you watched those fucking Lampoon Vacations, right?
Oh, National Lampoon, right?
Yeah. And then the Griswolds, they go to Europe, right? And then they go to Germany or some shit, and they meet like a family member, right?
Right.
And then they serve dinner, and it's a fucking sausage. Like they just give you a fucking sausage, and that's it, bro, and like some kraut. Yo,
sauerkraut
that's really
and
how they
sausage, bro. No, like literally just bread and sausage and like
That's
mustard.
it. Yeah, that's it. Let's go. Like, I don't know about that, man. Like,
I mean, look,
you're coming over to my house, I'm cooking you a steak or something, right? Like,
I mean, or even like if we're talking staples, it's like I almost always have rice and beans like on the ready.
carne asada or something, like little short ribs.
100%.
Yo, you were eating short ribs yesterday, like right off the grill, man. Just fucking dropping the short ribs.
Yo,
That's the
that's
best.
a special experience. That's
We
a
call-
special experience.
We call that chips. That's Mexican Korean barbecue right there. Like we just fucking chill around the fucking the queue. You hang out the queue and you just put meat on the queue, but it never touches like anybody's plate. You know what I mean?
right.
You just pick it off the grill. Oh,
Yo,
it was bomb. But yo, back to Mexican food, bro. Mexican food. Your favorite is chilaquiles.
what's your favorite?
My mom, I used to love it when she would make crispy tacos, bro.
Yo,
Like it was so simple or whatever, but with the shredded beef and like shredded beef and potatoes or something like that.
special.
And then like the freshly chopped lettuce and the cheese and then like the rice and the beans. Like, my biggest pet peeve is when someone gives you a plate and they give you like a nice protein or whatever, and they only put beans.
Yeah, like come on.
You have to have beans and rice, but you have to have
Exactly. They
you
go
have to have the
together.
whole experience. You have to have the beans, the rice, the crispy tacos with the cheese and the lettuce and the tomatoes and the
Yep.
sour cream and the guacamole and the salsa.
I mean, so
all
many
that.
different things. Just like
All
it's like
that.
all of it together. You know what I mean?
It's like, dude, I trip out because it's like every culture is the same. Like when you eat Japanese food or Korean food, they have all these little different sauces. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same thing like us. Like we eat with the rice, the beans, you need the sour
We got
cream, you need the
salsa, we
guacamole,
got pico de gallo, you know, like we
some
have
fucking
jalapenos, cilantro,
some peppers, and we have
all of it.
some fucking pickled cucumbers,
Yep.
all that shit. Like,
I mean,
right?
I think when people say Mexican food is spicy, I just say you didn't grow up eating a lot of spice.
Yeah, that's it. I used to date this girl and she'd be like, yo, I don't like to suffer when I eat. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, I ain't suffering, girl. Trust me. Like this you get used to it. You get acquired to the taste. You know?
It's 100% acquired taste. It's
Like
100%
wasabi.
acquired taste.
I put a grip of wasabi on my shit. Like,
Oh man,
the
Yo,
guys
the
with
best
sushi.
part of wasabi is when you take a bite and your sinuses just clear up.
I love that feeling, bro. I love that feeling. Like I love that feeling of like just like oh.
Man,
like horseradish. You ever try that? Like horseradish has that kind of
dude.
Like
Yes.
I like that in a hot dog and shit. You ever eat up like see you eat a hot dog with some like fucking like a real hot dog, so you know, bacon wrapped or whatever. You want fucking some mustard and some sauerkraut, some fucking horseradish.
Yep.
That's a good flavor right there.
Yep.
You're some spicy mustard. You ever eat at Philippe's?
Yeah, of course, bro. Of course.
That shit's powerful. That shit's potent, huh?
This is what happens when you get two tortas together to talk about food.
Yeah, man. So we're rambling. All right, but yeah, man, Mexican food is bomb if you cook it right.
If you cook it right, man. I mean, and there's a lot of things that people don't understand, like cabezón, like tripas, right? You know, I've really been to cochinita pibil.
Ooh, cochinita pibil. So that's like some like South Mexican shit.
Yup. Oh, so good though.
Yeah, man,
So
with the banana leaves and shit, and
special.
the pickled purple onions.
I mean, it's like we're talking combining flavors for so many different regions and areas and places. I mean, geographically, Mexico is a massive place. You know what I'm saying? Massive place with so many different climates. More or less a lot of ability to
Miyagi, show them the map of Mexico before it was the United States.
Yo, exactly. So we here in California and Cali, LA specifically, blessed to like have places and be able to supply all of this stuff. I mean, you go to like New York and my bad, but the Mexican food out there is garbage, bro. There's no good Mexican food in
We
New
should
York.
do that. Someone should hire me and pay me my wages that I make right now, just so I could dip out and make, Mexican food in other states that need it.
That'd be tight. That's called Taco Bell. I'm just kidding.
I just need my boy Marcos from the restaurant. He'll come with me, and that's it. That's all I need. Let's go.
That's it. Oh, man. Yo, well, thank you all for tuning on in. Thank you all for watching.
Brooklyn, I'm coming.
Brooklyn. Thank y'all for watching. Yo, we're gonna be back at you next week with some more artists, but until then, be sure to spread the word. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, spread the word, share this video. Thank you all for supporting, for loving us. We love you so much. We'll catch you all next week. Peace.